live?
Yeah.
I know I'm not in the picture. You can see right here on the tablet. Wait, I can hear myself somewhere. On the computer. So today we're gonna be building an NV7 White. God, that's loud.
How do I take that off?
Just mute it on the computer. There?
Yeah. But then the music mutes.
How? What do you have open?
Oh, okay.
So we got the NV7 White. I believe last week we built the NV7, but in black. We got it paired up with the 7800X3D. We got our white X870 Aorus Elite motherboard by Gigabyte. And for the cooler, we're going to be using the ICUE Titan 360 RX LCD cooler. And we're also going to be pairing it up with some wireless trimmers for the build. And we also got our 1000 watt power supply for our 5080. And we also got it in white from MSI. What's the name of this? Ventus 3X 5080. So we also did a 5080 build yesterday. But we did that one in the Y70. What's the name of the game again? Persona 3 case. Yeah, but today we're gonna be doing an NV7, another NV7, but in white. Try to go with the white theme, white fans, white RAM, white graphics card, white cooler, white motherboard, streamers, and white power supply as well. So let's go ahead and get this started. Let's go ahead and start with the motherboard. You need this or no? No. Let me make space here. Motherboard. Remove the case over here so it's not in my way. There we go. So we got our X870 Aorus Elite Wi-Fi 17i. So it's gonna be a white motherboard to go with our white case, our white theme. Do you have the trash? Let's see. Let's look at chat. Please provide with the most powerful desktop computer built to date. Our hardware components without exception, including the motherboard, storage, RAM, cooling card, case, and everything related to the hardware. Do you want me to like give you like the best specs, or what do you want to? What do you want? I haven't started building it. You already like it better than the other one? Yeah, it is a whole white build. White builds are always a little bit nicer, in my opinion. It's a nice motherboard. Let's see. We got our white T-Force RAM. We got our what CPU is that? Yep, the correct one. 7800X3D. Put that in there. For NVMe, perfect. Just pop it out just like that. No need to unscrew or screw back in. Easy latch. Just removes. Just gotta remove these plastics from the thermal pads. We're using a regular one of our 10th NVMe's here. And the NVMe also just latches on there like that. Let's put it back in. Just like that. Now we got the motherboard, CPU, NVMe, RAM already all set up. Now I'm just looking for little plastics on the motherboard. Doesn't look like this one has any. Let me put this to the side. We're gonna put it inside the case. This is a really big case. It's already heavy without any components inside of it. For screw boxes, we are gonna be leaving that for later. Let's go ahead and just remove these panels. All right. Top panel. Side panel. All right. Now we're also going to remove this panel here. Slide it up like that. Let's see. Should just come off. There you go. Just so it's not in our way while we're building. Now we're going to remove the back panel here. So the back panel is going to be held out by one screw here on the top. Put that screw to the side there. And it just lifts right up as well. And that's pretty much all the panels I'm going to remove. And I see that you asked who finished your build yesterday. I don't know if it was me or another builder, most likely another builder. Is there going to be another stream tomorrow? Is there going to be another stream tomorrow? Yeah, I think there is going to be another stream tomorrow. But regarding your Y70 Touch, I'm not sure if I did finish that one or someone else finished it. Alright, let's go ahead and put in the motherboard inside the case here. I'm going to flip it over just so you guys can see it as well when I put it in. What case are we going to be streaming in tomorrow? I have no clue. Do you know what case, what build we're doing tomorrow?
I'm not sure yet.
We'll probably do like a customer's build or something. So yeah, our screws here. Like I said last time, I like how Fantex separates the screws already in the screw boxes so you know which ones are ready to get. We got our motherboard screws here. Alright, let's put our motherboard in. Alright, we don't need any extra sand off. It should just go in straight in like this. Perfect. Slides right in. It shipped out yesterday? Yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember what I was working on yesterday, to be honest. It most likely was somebody else just because I did the stream build yesterday. But I don't know if I started or not. If we did do a stream tomorrow, what build do you guys want to see tomorrow? Because we done a NV7, Y70. What else did we do last week and this week? Did we do a vision case here? Or have I? I don't think so. No. No, we did a vision case. O11 Vision. Yeah, we can probably do one tomorrow if. Alright. We got the motherboard in. Now what I'm gonna do next, I am gonna do the cooler neck. Just so I can see which ways to route the link fans together. So this cooler already comes pre-installed with the fans that we are going to use. It's gonna make it a little bit easier for us. We're gonna place the cooler on top. Again, so we can put 4 fans on the back side right here, 2 fans on this back side as well, and our radiator on top. Got our cables, our controller here. All right. I'll take off these plastic off the fans, off the cooler. There we go. I'm gonna hand up the case so I can do the cables for the case to plug them into the motherboard. Let's see here. All right. So let's see. Is there a way to remove the bracket here? Let's see. All right. How many 59s do you usually get per week? I have no clue, to be honest. They just give it to me and I build it. Can you recommend me some laptop or PC for 3D rendering below $1,500? I'm pretty sure. Laptop or PC? Laptop or PC for 3D rendering? Like, what program are you using for 3D rendering? Are you using like what's that one program like Blender? Or what are you using to 3D render? Got USB Type C connector here. After Effects and Blender. For $1,500, are you rendering like big images or like big It just really depends like what exactly like if you like when you're if you're using like a lot of effects. Like if you're using like After Effects and Blender, but aren't using that many effects, you don't need like a really high end computer. But if you're using a lot of effects and a lot of like transitions, or you say you're not editing, you're rendering, um, you're gonna need a little bit better computer. For 1,500, I don't know. You could try one of our Titan builds. What do we have for 1,500? Our Apollo? Titan? Is Titan 1,500? Or is it
Yeah,
more?
Titan is around.
Yeah, you can do our Titan. What does the fan come with? A 5070?
Yeah, 5070 and a 5600.
Yeah, you could do something with like with our Titan 5070 and a 5600.
No, a 7600.
A 7600. Yeah, so even better. For $1,500. But I would still recommend to go a little bit higher, like a little bit higher budget, just to get like a little bit better CPU and a little bit better GPU. Because those two programs do use a lot of GPU and CPU just to render. Like the majority of computers could render all the stuff you're gonna be doing. It's just gonna take forever. Just depending on which components you do have, it just take longer. Like if you're gonna export an After Effects and you have a lot of effects, if you have like a very low end computer, it'll take you, let's say, if one video that you're doing has like a lot of effects and you're rendering like in a lower end computer, it'll probably take like an hour. And if you have like a higher end computer with like a better graphics card and a better CPU and better RAM, it'll take like 20 minutes compared to an hour. So it does make a difference when you are rendering, just because they both use CPU and GPU just to even export. Now we're gonna connect our F panel cable here in the front. There you go. Now we got all our cables plugged in. Now we're gonna put the cooler in. I do just want to see how all our cables are gonna be connected. It looks like we could connect it here. All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and put the bracket on. So these are all the cables we're gonna be using for this build. Okay, goes after we're done. Let's see the bracket, AMD bracket. Here we go. So they give us like extra screws like for to put the fans on the AIO. Gives us other conversion brackets to put it on the AM5. Go ahead and remove these. just like that. And these screws, we're only gonna need the ones to mount the AIO to the case itself. Alright. So let's not change these brackets yet. Go ahead and mount the actual AIO to the case. It comes with little washers to put the screw and the washer together. So we're gonna rotate it like this. Now, all right, perfect. Let's get the case a little bit closer. Get my drill. Line this up. Perfect. I'm just gonna put it on my hand. Line it up in the middle, just so it's centered. What's up, Tornado Gaming? What AIO are you using? We're using the ICUE Titan 360 by Corsair. Yep. We're using, the majority is all white. So we use the white version of the AIO. They do sell it in black as well. But just to fit our white theme on this white case, we did choose the white AIO. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. It's Thursday. Waiting for the weekend to come in. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna put them all by hand and then just screw them in after. on my last two screws here. All right, let me just go ahead and tighten them. All right. Go ahead, pick these up. Our extra screws here. So now we could change the brackets to our CPU cooler here. So it fits the AMD. These are currently up for Intel. It's currently set up for Intel. There we go. So now we gotta remove the pre-installed brackets on the motherboard that it comes with. Sometimes you are gonna need either the screw or the bracket depending on which AI cooler you do use. But for this cooler, we don't need anything from this motherboard or any brackets or screws from the motherboard. Corsair gives us their own to use. Only thing we use from the motherboard is the back bracket. The back plate bracket that already comes pre-installed. Just gonna line it up here. There you go. Perfect. Now we got the cooler installed. Now let me get all these extra brackets put over here in our tray. There we go. So now I can route where I want the cables to go. Let's first connect these cables that do have to go on the actual pump itself, on the LCD screen. So it's gonna be for the LCD screen to get the readings from the motherboard. So it's gonna go connected onto the pump itself. Then we're also gonna have to connect another cable here, like one of these. The pump here. And these two are for the controller here. These two here. So we'll save this for the controller at the end. For the controller after we have all the fans connected. Alright, we don't need this. We just need this. These three. This is like a USB 2.0 split. We are going to be using this. We'll see if we're going to use it. And now we're using like a hub that comes with more USB 2.0s. If we do need it. There we go. Now we're simply just going to route these back here. Can you pass my phone? Wait. Just want to make sure I link them together correctly. Let's see. Perfect. I just wanted to clarify how many I could link together. I couldn't remember it was 7 or 8, but it is 7. Just because typically when we use these fans, we don't have 4 here, 3 on top, 3 at the bottom, 2 on the side. So I was just trying to figure out which way I should link them. Because on the hub, there's actually only 2 connectors on the hub. As you can see here, 1, 2 that you can connect. So I have to find a way to link all of them together and try to make it look all nice. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is we have 7 here. Yeah, because look right here we have 4 and 3. That's already one set. That's 7. Then we got 3, which I have to count the pump as a 1 as well because it does have to connect to something. So we got 1, 3, 4, 6. So I gotta connect all these 6. The top 3 fans, the pump, and the cooler to 1. So we'll see how we're gonna do that right now. We'll see, we'll see. So for sure I can connect these 3 to these 2 over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm already gonna pre-plug this small cable. Let's put it the other way. And then it'll be connected to these 2. And then this one can come connect if it reaches. Doesn't reach. Well, actually, I could put it through here. I don't know why I put them through there. On the NV9, there's like no room to put anything. This one does give you room to put stuff through this hole right here in the middle. So I'm gonna route them through there. All right. Now we're gonna get this cable, route it through up here, so we're able to connect it. Like that. Just like that. Perfect. So yeah, everything's gonna work out. We're gonna put the cable here, connect these 3 bottom fans to these 4 fans, make 7, 3. These 3 fans to the pump, that's 4. Plus these 2 more is 6. So it works out perfect for the whole thing. So now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna put these 2 back fans back here. Just maybe I'll get that chain already done first. Perfect. Nice. Now I'm just gonna connect this cable here. So yeah, now we got, like I said, repeat it one more time. We got the top 3 fans connected to these two, and we got the pump also connected to this. But then we do have to connect it to the controller here. Yeah, it's fine. We connect the controller from here to from these 2 fans to the controller. Yeah. I just want to make this cable look nicer than it is, just like that. Perfect. Then we remove this back plate. It also has a back plate like a, I don't feel like a dust cover for these fans, but it is metal. Remove that. Now, these are fan screws here. And you have to connect it the other way so it fits. There you go. Yeah, it's all white. Let's reach. Let's see. I don't understand what will power up the AIO pump. Would an 9700X instead of 7800X3D be better for productivity, mainly for on-the-road engines? Yeah, the 3Ds are a little bit way better. A little bit better. I don't understand what will power up the AIO pump. So it does have a power connection. It has two. It has one for the to get the reading for the LCD, and it has the other one for the power that goes into either the controller. Or we did it to one of these fans that link together, and then that once they're all linked, one cable is gonna go to the controller that powers all the other stuff. I always feel disgusted when I see someone using an automatic screwdriver their PC. There's nothing wrong with the automatic screwdriver, just knowing that how much pressure you use and stuff like that. Would I use the Intel Core 9 285K or the Ryzen 9 9950X3D CPU for the 5090? I would use the AMD one just because AMD has a little bit better reputation right now than Intel's current CPUs. So now we're gonna route this cable. Here's the cable going. There you go. Let me try to do it this way. Let's put it like this. Like that. All right. We got that connected. Now we just need to put the back fans back here. We can put this back on, this little dust filter for the fans. There you go. Now let's go ahead and put these two other fans over here. Four actually. Now, to put this one on, just a screw over here on the top. Just like that. And then you're able to remove this whole panel. This whole thing to put the fans. And we're also going to remove this one just so it gives a little bit more clearance when we do put it back in. The bottom one, the bottom bracket. It's also held down by just like a screw on the side. This one just slides off. Put it there. Let's put our four other fans on now. Now these are gonna go like this. I'm gonna remove these things that come with the fans to link them together. Just because we are gonna put that that other cable on there to link it with the other three fans at the bottom. Perfect. Put this like that. Keep it on flat. Now I'm gonna get another cable here. Just a small white one. Like that, just so we're able to link the other fans to the bottom ones. So go ahead and put these back in. There we go. Let's see. Oh, there we go. The wrong screw. It's being a little tricky because of the cable that we have at the bottom here. Ah, I see. I'm gonna remove this cable first. It's getting in the way of this panel here. Not allowing it to see correctly. There we go. What is saying this? How long has this build been going for? Probably like an hour. Or a little bit less. There you go. Now I'm gonna put the bottom fans here as well. These are gonna go like this. Yep. These 3 fans. Perfect. Let's see. I'm preparing to ship out my Phoenix. The email says to remove the GPU to prevent further damage, but then includes instructions on how to pack the GPU in the slot. How should I pack the 5090 in the Leon Lee Evo case? In the slot feels like that'll just break it worse. Wrapped in the bottom cooling fans feels like it might be too free to move. I'm kind of thinking wrap it in the bubble wrap and easy heavy zip ties. To lock the GPU frame to the bottom of the case frame with cooling fans, do you think that'd be okay? Get in contact with customer support because I think we are gonna ask you. Not 100% sure. They'll ask you to not ship the GPU. This is a 5090. Yeah, so get in contact with customer support and they should be able to help you with more with that. Gonna centerize this. There you go. Take this plastic off this fan. Now we're just gonna slide them. I'm gonna connect them first. And I'm also going to connect the cable that's going to run to the controller to this one as well. There you go. All right. We got our fans connected. Now let me reconnect this one other fan over here. What's this one? Oh, this is gonna go to the controller. I think what I am gonna do is change this cable to a different one just so it's easier for me to plug it in over here as well. Plug it this one. There we go. There we go. We got those cables connected there. Now all we need, we're gonna connect our streamers next. Then we're gonna connect our power supply, then our GPU, and we should be done with this build. And we also need our controller. We'll go ahead and connect that right now. So we got a 12-volt high power, I believe. Yep. Our 12-volt high power trimmer here, wireless trimmer. So this one we're gonna save when we put the GPU in. Then we got our 24-pin motherboard trimmer here. These are pretty cool because they don't come with any cables. They need to plug them into a controller or anything. They have their own controller that comes in this 24-pin. This controller connects to USB 2.0 and a fan header on the motherboard just to give power to the controller, which is this small wireless controller. They all get connected through Bluetooth, even the wireless fans as well. And then these just get powered by the cable that you connect to the power supply. And there's no extra cables to it. That's pretty much it, just the trimmer itself. And if you didn't want to connect this hardware to your motherboard, you just take this tap off and connect to USB to the back of your computer. But I would like to just connect it with these cables here, just so it's a little bit more simplistic. And when you don't have anything else taking your USB on the back of your computer or your motherboard. All right, so we got our stuff for our controller here. I'm going to connect the stuff for this controller as well here. This is not it. Here it is. So the ICUE controller Corsair controller for the fans and the pump. It does use a 6-pin PCIe cable just to power this. The Leanly wireless one doesn't use a 6-pin. It just uses the fan header on the motherboard to power the controller, which is pretty cool. It also uses a fan. This ICUE controller, this Corsair controller, also uses a fan header as well. And just to give the motherboard, and when you connect it to the ICUE software, uses USB 2.0 to get all that data, fan speed and stuff like that. Perfect. So we got all our stuff for the Corsair hub controller and our Lumi controller. Let's go ahead and connect our streamers to our case here. Leave a little bit of slack there just so it looks nice. We'll connect this a little bit later, the 12-volt high power one. I'm gonna go ahead and connect all our controllers now to our motherboards. That whatever does need to be connected to the motherboard. All right. So for the controller and the pump, so the pump does use its own USB 2.0 as well, just to get the readings for the LCD screen. So we're going to use their splitter that the pump does come with. So it's a USB 2.0 splitter. Just to it goes into the motherboard. One end goes into the motherboard, and it splits into two. So we can connect the pump LCD screen USB 2.0 and the controller LCD, not LCD, sorry, the controller USB 2.0. Perfect. Actually, I don't even think we need to use the splitter because nothing else has USB 2.0. But we'll still use a splitter just so it makes it look a little bit more simplistic. In the front here, and we'll leave that USB 2.0 wide open so if you do want to add anything else in the future. And I'm just going to run the fan header cable from that Corsair controller to the motherboard. I'm also going to run, I'm sorry, this wireless controller also uses USB 2.0. So we're going to connect that directly to the motherboard. The Leanly wireless controller. So this Leanly wireless controller does need to be connected directly to the motherboard, or if you're using like a splitter that you're connecting the USB 2.0 from the wireless controller, you do have to make sure you do connect to the first slot on the motherboard, or sometimes this wireless controller sends the wrong readings to the software, and then the software just can't read. It can't read what the motherboard's trying to send this. So then, like, the software's all messed up, and streamers or fans just don't work. So I always just like to connect it directly to the motherboard, not on a splitter. And I haven't had any issues. Just connected directly to the motherboard. So we got our Corsair hub connected to USB 2.0 on the splitter, and here we got our LCD screen USB 2.0 connected to the splitter as well. All the stuff we do need to connect to the motherboard. So now let's connect the fans that are linked together to the hub here. There we go. We got both of our fans linked to the hub. So now let me clean up the back just a bit, just so I could have some space here. I'm not gonna do like cable management. I'm just gonna clean it up here just so we can get everything going, and so I can just put the back panel on. All right, now we're gonna plug in our power supply over here. So we do got a 1200 watt power supply. We do have a white power supply as well from Thermaltake. It's an ATX 3.1 power supply with the cybernetic gold. And move this over here. White power supplies always look a little bit nicer than the black ones. So there's two. With our power cable, so this power supply does come with a white cable, just to make the look of this build a little bit better as well. For this build, we're going to be using two CPU, one 24 pin for their streamer, one 12 volt high power for our other streamer, one PCIe for our Corsair controller, and then we're going to use one SATA cable to control the SATA here for the RGB, because this case it does come with an RGB strip. You'll see when I turn it on, it goes like around the motherboard. Connect our PCIe here. Now we're going to connect our CPU. One more CPU. And lastly, our 12 volt high power and our SATA. Alright, now just gonna put our ice cream back in the bag. Alright, put that to the side. Now let's go ahead and put our power supply in the case. Alright. Now let's go ahead and plug everything in. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with our CPU cables here. There we go. Our first CPU cable in. I think the camera turned off. The camera turned off. We can blame Maria, she's not paying attention to the camera. Alright. Now just cable matching a little bit in the back just so I'm able to close the back case. And then we should almost be done with this build. We're just gonna put our streamer and then our GPU, and then we should be done. I'll go ahead and put the streamer. I'm actually gonna put the GPU in, and then put the streamer. Just so I know which way the streamer is gonna go. I'm gonna open up the GPU so I can see how many slots it's gonna be. Our 5080 from MSI. It's pretty small to be honest. With our 3 fans. It's not heavy compared to the 5090s. So we're gonna need 2 for this 5080. Let's go ahead and plug that 5080 in. There you go. So now our streamer. So you go like this. We are gonna have to flip. Let's put in the bottom, but then it doesn't look as nice. Which way should I do it, Maria?
Okay.
Coming from the bottom, like this, or from the top?
Let's do the bottom again.
I do it from the bottom. It'd be like this. Like that. Or
And then from the top.
be like this.
Oh, I like it at the bottom.
But leave the bottom. And then we'll just switch it if we don't like it. He said, "Rapping Maria chained to the camera." Maria's a rapper. All right, let's see how we can. I want to see if I can take the bracket off. That'll give us more space. Other side. Oh yeah, it is. And then, ah. Once I take off that RGB strip. I see. All right. Let's put our shimmer in here first. There you go. Ah, we can't put it at the bottom. It'll hit the GPU. GPU is too long. See right here? Let's put it all in the top of it. All right. That means I have to flip this streamer cable in front just because it doesn't orientate the right way. And we'll get a tool for it. All right. 5090 column. Let me. Yeah, it's really nice. It's a 5080 actually, not a 5090. like doing surgery on cables. So when you flip it, you also do have to change the cover here so it orientates the other way. I don't like the design that Liam Lee went with this to how it changes. There you go. Both packed in. All right. All right. Go ahead and connect this now. Yeah, so this is these trimmers when you change them and flip them, not very beginner friendly. Just because I already know how to do it, but all right. Now let's connect this back piece now. There you go. Perfect. Now we can finally route the trimmer to our case here. There we go. I actually had to do it the other way. Dang. This way. Hmm. All right. There you go. Now we're going to connect the streamer to our power supply cable here. Get all these cables in. All right. Let's go ahead and turn it on. I'm pretty sure that's it. The camera turned off again, Maria.
No.
Maybe. Oh, I need the cable that you're using. Power it on.
Here.
It's on. Right, let's go ahead and turn on the computer. Hopefully there's no issues when turning it on. All right. Looks like the radiator and the top fans are not spinning. Let's see. Oh, I see why. There you go. There you go. Pretty nice build, all white build. Turn off the lights so you can see. Let me restart so these other fans could start up again as well. There you go. We got all our fans working, our pumps working. Pretty nice. It's a huge cable.
Oh, it's pretty.
I want to remove that bracket right here. This one. So I can make the streamer look nice. The streamers I kind of like could give it that back side. Everything else is pretty nice. Pretty nice build. Looks really nice. A lot of white to the case. Yeah, and then those damn, I'm blinking out. The trimmer cables, you can change them to whatever color you want. They're only white right now because they are connected to the wireless controller. Once you download the software and stuff like that, you'll be able to change it to whatever color you want. What case is this? The case is a NV7 by Fantech. Yeah, NV7 by Fantech. Fantex.
Can you see the paper? The invoice?
Yeah. Why? Not supposed to have streamers?
No, it looks nice with the strings. I like it.
Yep. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna be streaming tomorrow as well. I don't know what build we're gonna be streaming. Um, Probably like a customer's build, if not, like another ready to ship build that we're gonna be doing. But yeah, this is our NV7 all white build. Pretty nice with the 5080 from MSI, white MSI 5080. It's very, very small compared to like a 5090 and very, very light. Yeah, we got a Corsair white fans as well with the white AIO as well from Corsair. The colors would be good for my wife, like all white. Yeah. So we'll see you guys tomorrow with another stream. We'll be streaming at the same time at 2 p.m. Don't know what exact build we're gonna be doing. But yeah, we'll go ahead and see you guys tomorrow.